el flow. Esta es la nueva era, pero baila todo. Bailona de Maluma y Tego Calderón. La nena está bien puesta pa' cualquier canción. No taco y Ronnie, empieza el flow. Esta es la nueva era, pero baila todo. Bailona de Maluma y Tego Calderón. La nena está bien puesta pa' cualquier canción. No taco y Ronnie. ¿Qué vamos a hacer en París? La Julia, baila un poquito más, acércate a mi mamá. ¿Qué vamos a hacerlo una vez más? El que más ladra come hueso, el que a ti te baila sabe eso. Y nos ponemos bien traviesos, esos son efectos del proceso. Solo con esa mirada sé lo que quieres. Se ve muy educadita, hace sus deberes. Siempre ha sido la envidia de las mujeres por toda esa belleza y cómo se mueve. Sabes como tú me dejas después del party, en ti pensando. Cuando tú te sientes sola como una loca, a mí me llamas. Qué casualidad que pienses en lo mismo que yo estoy pensando. Escondernos en la playa jugando a solas de madrugada. Ella quiere más de lo que vamos a hacer en París. La Julia, baila un poquito más, acércate a mi mamá. ¿Qué vamos a hacer una vez más? Ella es una Life is funny and sometimes strange. It seldom turns out the way you think. But if you want some good advice, I can offer this small wink. You'll find that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. If you are so lucky as to find someone with whom to spend your every day, that's in itself a journey, a lifetime of endless study, and you won't master it anyway. But know that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. And maybe bring the flowers on a weekday. Go see an old matinee. Find out what her heart is dreaming of. Make plans for a holiday. You can find your own getaway. A little goes a long way for love. You should know that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. Love, love, love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. Baby, a little goes a long way for love. Yeah, yeah. A little goes a long way for love.
La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvide.
La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvides.
Eras todo lo que yo soñaba, ahora te quiero olvidar. Con tiburones ya no sé nada, por eso ausente voy a estar. No me mereces, no me mereces. Ponle esa trampa otros veces, no es mucho lo que tú ofreces. Ella sabe lo que yo le doy, ella es consciente de lo que pasa. Ya ni me le arrimo, aquí estoy. Siendo estrella, buscado en la NASA.
La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvide.
Quiere conocerme pero no, cree que me basta con sexo en la habitación. Pero lo sé todo, como tú los besas. Siempre vienes tarde con el dolor de cabeza. No soy bobo, sé lo que haces cuando no estoy yo. Después me dices qué te pasa, amor. Pues lo que pasa es que esta es tu canción, si quieres vos.
La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles,
sea bella. De ti en mi vida solo quedan huellas.
La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvides.
Yeah, yeah, Looney, Ricky Baker. Yeah. Looney. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero, pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve, que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré, no vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón, porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Yeah. Money work. De corazón, la plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, la plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Looney. Lunático. Y ya no sabes lo que pasa. El primer verso, papi. Yeah. Lo que manda aquí la clave. Este ritmo guaguanco. Esto es lo que existe. Y también está mi chamaco. Nadie nos resiste. ¿Qué no resiste? Aquí estamos bravos. La chema tan brava. Esta vida es brava. Y yo también soy bravo. Por eso lo que repica son los cueros. Aquí lo que suena fuego. Mueve la abuela el pescadero. Hasta lo mueve el aduanero. Norte al sur. Lo vemos viendo. La orilla del mar. No ves sonriendo. Y yo sé lo que tenemos no es para juego. Y esto divino.
What's going on? What's going on?
Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge
City,
of it all.
age,
So
gender in the chat room.
cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell
Woo!
me lies. Cause I'll find a better one. Ooh. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
How we doing tonight?
It's not a problem, no. Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the
Come on.
way. I follow.
Philadelphia, DC, Jersey City, Freeport, Baltimore, Orlando, San Francisco, Trinidad. To the edge of it. Woo!
Tell you good lies. Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now.
Let's get the likes up, people. You know how we do this. Work or wife. Work or wife.
So tell you
There's so many average women today. I don't want to work.
find a better one.
I don't get it.
Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
So many average women today simply do not want to work. It's either be a work or be a wife. What's going on, people? What's going on? Let's get into another topic. A topic of, I think, of pretty good interest. Because it comes down, it's pretty telling. I have heard many a woman say, you know what? If I gotta work, I might as well not get married. I mean, if I'm gonna have to work anyway, I can do bad all by myself. You know what? I've never understood, and I tell you, I've never understood. Since when did being average, normal, everyday person, when did that become an insult? When did that become an insult? When did it become, I'd rather be by myself with my one income than with a man if I gotta work? Right? How many times have you heard that as a man? Have you heard a woman say that? I can do bad all by myself. Now, what I need you moderators to understand is let people say what they say. Okay? Don't block anybody. If anything, if they're in here trolling, acting crazy, time them out. But don't get over the top. Now, if they're trolling, when you time them out, I'll see it and I'll look at the comment. That's number one. Number two, to the participants, do not at me and then type my name. That highlights me. If you want my attention, you want me to read your comment or something, you do it like everybody else, and you go ahead and put it in super chat. That's what you need to do. I don't like, and if I tell you that, I'll tell you that one time. If I have to tell you again, I'm gonna time you out. And if I tell you again, I'm going to block you. All right. So the topic of the night is, as you see it, work or wife. Do many African American women, many black women today simply do not want to work? Now, I find it interesting because oftentimes you hear people talking about building up a community, building this, building that, Black Wall Street, Wakanda, however we slice it. And I don't know how anybody proposes to get that done when the average black people are behind financially. And I find it interesting, like when I went to college, there was so many sisters that were in school simultaneously going to get these high-powered degrees, so they thought, but they expected to get out after college, go work, make their money, travel, live hot girl summer, and all that stuff. But you know what? As soon as they walked down the aisle, they expected to be putting in their notice. They could have worked a 5-year career, top earner, but soon as they said, I do, they wanted to have the option to quit. Now, whether or not they acted on it is a different story. But certainly, as soon as they took that EPT and that test came back positive, they wanted to be able to say peace to the work world forever. Forever. You'll hear some people say, well, while my kids are small, but you want 3 kids. And if you stair step them 1, 3, and 5, by the time the baby is going to kindergarten, you will have been out of the work world for 10 years. And we all know what that means. Your skills are going to be behind for the market. Who's going to hire you after you've been out of the market for 10 years? Nobody. You're not keeping up. You're not competitive. So what do you hear people saying? You hear people like that lady the other night talking about, well, I wouldn't mind working for my husband's company, as if more than 70 or 80% of men own businesses. 70 to 80% of men own businesses. So those are the numbers. And we're talking about college. We're talking about women who have jobs. But then all of a sudden, they don't want to work. And here's a question I have. Why? Why does the average woman not want to work? So let me change the title of this. Hot enough to stay at home. I just changed the title. I'm going there. Hot enough to stay. I went the politically correct way. Work or wife. Work or wife. But that's really what we're talking about. Are you hot enough to stay at home? Are you hot enough to be a stay-at-home wife? That's the real question. And as we start to dig into this, ladies, some of you may not like the results, but it's not. But here's the thing: that's not anyone's issue except yours. All right, 820 people watching. Got to get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. And here's what we're gonna do. Is somebody else going live right now? Here is what we're going to do. Do me a favor. Pay your $5. Pay your $5. And here's how you pay your $5. The liking the video is 50 cents. Okay? So imagine when you like the video, that's 50 cents. And then after the video is over, when you comment on the video, that's $1.50. So just by liking and making a comment, you already got $2 in. But here's the thing. When you share the video, that's like spending $3. Share it to your Twitter, to your Facebook. Boom. That's $5. That's the equivalent of $5 every time. Every time you should be able to get that $5. That doesn't cost you more than a click, and a click. 3 clicks is $5. Now, fully 50% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed. What are you doing? Go ahead, hit the subscribe, and that subscribe is like $20, but you only get it one time. So here's the thing. We're going to have this conversation, and we're going to have it in a respectful manner. Okay? That is what we're going to have, in a respectful manner. We got to keep the respect there, and we got to have this conversation, because I firmly believe that many women today, in years gone by, times gone by, would have been off married somewhere. But we got too many 30, 40, and 50-year-old busybodies. Understand something. When I say rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 and you can't use 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s are the upper echelon of beauty. That's pretty, beautiful, and gorgeous. There is no 7. 6 is cute. It's the top line of average. But 5 is right there in the middle. Most women are average. But I need you to understand, being a 5 out of 10 is not like academics. It's not like a 5 out of 10 is a failing grade. It's just average. See, I think a lot of women hear 5 out of 10 and they think academics, A, B, C, D. No, that's not it. A 5 is equivalent to getting a C. You can graduate with a C. You can graduate with a C. You can go to college with a C average. So are we clear? A 5 is not failure. Are you hot enough to not have to work? Understand something. Let me read this. 50 years ago, 34% of mothers with children under the age of 18 worked full time. 50 years ago, 1 out of 3 women with children under 18 had to work full time. That was 50 years ago, 1 in 3. Overall, 72% of mothers today are employed, whether full or part-time. 50 years ago, that figure was about 50%. Let's start with number one. Number one, if you're a woman, you already got to have a full-time job. If you're a single woman, you have to have a full-time job, because you got to be able to pay your rent, your housing, and your living. You're not living at home with mom. You got to pay. Okay? Men know this. You're not living on the street. Men know this. And the longer you wait to get married, the harder it's going to be to quit working. See, a man's mind works kind of like this. Well, if you really don't want to work, you better get married by age 23. So this notion of graduating from college and enjoying your 20s and getting married after 30, understand something. You have passed the quote unquote wall, which has everything to do with fertility. And then you've been out working for 7 years. Men realize you know what it means to work. And let's say an average guy, we're not talking about the Blake Henrys and the Blue Henrys and his squad. The average guy has to work. Average people marry average people, live average lives, and have average incomes. If you're an average looking woman, this is not an insult. Average looking women don't qualify for high value men later in life. That means out of college. So what I want to understand is, with the stats the way it is, 50 years ago, 1 in 3 mothers had to work full time. That's everybody. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Middle Eastern, Everybody had to work. And now, 3 out of 4 or 7 out of 10. If those are the numbers, I got to ask, why are so many black women? Why do you think you're so special? I mean, seriously, why do you feel as though that everybody is good enough for everyone else? Average women everywhere else are okay with the fact that they're average earners, average lookers. I mean, there's nothing exceptional about them. They're right there in the middle. And they can not only accept it, but enjoy it and be happy. Why is it that so many black women are cool with working until you get married? Then all of a sudden you don't want to have to work. You want to get married strictly to not work. And this is what a lot of men are thinking, especially women who think themselves to be high value. You know, I also have another theory. A big reason I think so many women overvalue themselves is so they can justify asking for men who are high value. If you actually had to say you were a 4 or a 5, it would be hard to part your lips and say you want a man making $250,000 a year. It would not sound right. But if you can tell yourself you're an 8, then yeah, you can say, well, I want a man making at least high 6 figures or mid 6 figures. Let's get into it. All right. This question is on the table, ladies. And this is for the ladies, especially you ladies who are like 27 to 37 or 27 to 40. You're working. Why do you think you should not have to? If you were to get married, but before we get into that, how's everybody doing tonight? Here we go with this black woman ish. None of my, hey, Nikki. Nikki Phillips, I tell you what you do. You go ahead and make sure you call in right now, because here we go with this black woman ish. None of my white friends work. Well, Nikki, you go ahead and call in, because apparently Nikki seems to think that the facts, data, and statistics don't apply. You know, I want to be clear. 50 years ago, 1 out of 3 mothers with children under 18 had to work full time. That's 50 years ago, Nikki. I don't give a damn about who you think you know. You and your big head friends are not the sum total of the country. And women who talk like this are the biggest problems. Because I know a few white women that don't have to work. Well, what about the 7 out of 10 white women that do have to work? See, how it ranks is the top 10% of men, the top 20% of women, as far as looks, can qualify for the top 10% of men as far as resources. If you're an 8, 9, or a 10, congratulations. You can officially throw your hat into the ring for a top 10% man. There are no 7s. So if you're a 6 or below, meaning you're in that 70% of women today, guess what? You're going to work like every other woman out here. So if your friends don't work, they must be pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous, or if they're average looking, cute, or average, they got their husband early on. See, there are a lot of, you cannot want black men, because most people marry their own race. Black women, you cannot expect black men to go out and change the world. Why should black men go out and kill themselves so you can keep up with the Joneses? How many times have you guys been on my channel and heard a woman who was married to a man who was a good father, sounds like a good man, good with the kids. His only crime, he did not earn what his wife felt like he should earn. 3 shows come to mind, including the one last night. I could splice any one of these women in and understand all these women were average height, obese, and average looking and average earning. But yet those women spoke of their husbands with disgust. Let me let you in on a secret, women, period. You're not doing a man you're not doing him no favor by being his wife. Let's get real. A lot of you ladies, a lot of you average looking women talk like you're doing somebody a favor by getting with a man, having sex with a man. Anyway, let's get into it. Because I want to go ahead and slice it on over here to the Blake Henrys, Brad Lee, Ahmed Keith, and Anike, high earner, not rich yet, and to the Blue Henrys, the blue collar high earners, not rich yet. See, our girlfriends, our LTRs, our wives, they don't have to work. If and when I get remarried, like I said, if I decide to get remarried, my wife won't work. She won't have to. She won't have to work. As a matter of fact, I don't want her to work. I don't want her to work. Nope, not going to go out and work. Nope, I got it all. Nope, good. So either here's what you do. Either you get your number up to where you can qualify to get you a Henry, or you deal with the fact that you don't want to do the work it takes to get your numbers up. That's where it comes down to. Either you get your number up to where you qualify to get a Henry, or you sit yourself there right where you belong and you deal with an average man because you're an average woman. Don't sit around and try to tear men down. They ain't working and they're this, they're that, they're that. No. Today it takes the average American family 2 incomes just to survive. And if you're average, I don't understand why you feel like you should be getting anything other than average. So let's get it. Join the show, ladies. I don't want to hear from the men. I don't want to hear from the men because I mean, I know how a lot of you guys, I want to hear from the women. I want to hear from the women who really feel, think, or believe that women, average women, again, we're talking about average women from looks. I don't care how much money you're making, man. I'm talking about average women from a look standpoint should not have to work. I'm talking about average women. We know what it is. Oh, hold on. Oh, we're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything. We're going to take an intermission. Are you seeing these likes? Are you seeing these likes? Oh, no. We got to get these likes up, man. We got to get these likes up. Understand something. Okay, we got people coming into the Zoom call. Callers. For the people in the call in the waiting room, understand. When you're on Zoom, I need all other windows closed. Only be on Zoom. Preferably have your headset plugged in, because being on Bluetooth or being on speakerphone makes a delay. Okay? And I'll be honest too. Some of you ladies talk and act as though you're just so beautiful. Cam up. Cam up if you all that. Cam up. Hello? Hey, Iggy Six, I don't want that out there, man. Thank you. Naomi, all right, we're going to let you ladies come in as it gets in. Because we got to have a conversation. Because I said it yesterday, I think the myth of the black power couple is keeping a lot of black women single. Then this notion that you should not have to. Monica.
Oh, hi.
Or you, Naomi.
Hi, how are you?
What is your name?
I am Monica. Thank you for calling.
Say again.
Hello, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, do you have any other channels open in the background?
No.
Because I hear background noise.
You hear background noise?
Monica, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
How's it going?
What are you doing?
Oh, I don't know.
All right. So as we get on to it, they can stay right there. We're going to go ahead and get you up out of here. And we're going to get you up out of here. All right. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to try it. Here's the sad part. Because they would rather do this because the truth for these kind of women is too hard to hear. That's okay. Monica makes grits for dinner. Oh, go ahead. Connect your audio. It takes a second to connect the audio, guys. So, at the end of the day, do you really think? Here's the thing. I think there's some women out there who make these ridiculous lists of standards to keep their list so high to justify why they end up by themselves. See, when you can, Vanessa. That's okay.
Yes, hi.
I need you to cut off the YouTube channel in the background. I don't. What?
It's off.
All right.
This is my first time using it. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. No problem. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, really? What? So what did I get wrong?
I don't think you got it wrong, but me and my friend were just sitting here talking, and he made a statement. He said that when show me a beautiful woman, and I'll show you a guy that's tired of fucking her. And I know I'm part of your mixed group, and you're saying that women should be feminine, beautiful.
So hold on. So first off, I'm going to ask you to watch the language.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what do you think about the subject?
I think I agree with you mostly that an average woman shouldn't be seeking the most.
Mm-hmm.
But like me personally, I wouldn't want to work, but I would want to operate some type of business because getting at home does get lame. And I'm sure.
Okay, hold on. You kind of start breaking up. You don't want to work, but you would want to do what?
Operate a business.
Okay. Do you own a business now?
No.
Okay, do me a favor. I don't know what you're doing, but could you just sit here and have the conversation? Because if you're moving around, all that noise is coming through the microphone. Got like 1,500 people in here.
Okay, sorry.
Please respect my show. I mean, I don't. Let me tell you
Okay.
to the other people: don't get on my show acting like this is just a happenstance call. It's not cool. So, do you own a business now?
No, I do not.
How old are you?
27.
27. Did you graduate from college?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your degree in?
Nursing.
Nursing. So, what kind of business do you plan on owning?
I have no idea.
Say again.
I have no idea.
So, you would get married, and then you wouldn't want to do what you went to school for, but you want to own a business, but yet you don't. Right now, you don't know what you want to. By what age do you want to get married?
I don't have a set limit, but I know my clock is ticking. Ideally 35.
Were you raised with your mother and father in the household?
Yes.
So your parents were married how long?
My brother's 28, so I'll say about 30, 31 years.
Your parents have been married 31 years?
Yes.
And is your father helping you in your search for a husband?
No.
Why?
I guess culturally, that's just something we don't speak about.
You're American.
No, Haitian.
You're Haitian, but are your parents here?
Yes.
They've been here since how long your parents been here?
About the same time, 31 years.
So you're American now. See, what you're saying doesn't make a lot
You
of
said,
sense.
am I American?
No, they've been here 31 years, 27 years. They're American now. They're Haitian Americans.
Right, they're Haitian American.
Right. So the culture.
Well, they were born in Haiti, and then they
The
migrated
culture
over
here is if you have a nuclear family, you tend to women tend to talk to their fathers. So if you say the net of it is, ma'am, if you're 27 years old and you want to be married by 35, what's the longest relationship you've ever had?
4 years.
Why didn't you marry him?
He brought it up. I guess we broke up before we ever got to that point.
What do you
We
mean?
did speak about
Okay. How old were you
how old was I?
when you started seeing him?
I want to say 21.
21. So you saw him in your primary years, 21 through 25. He brought up marriage, but you said you broke up before you ever got to that point. How long should it
Right.
take? How long should it take to get married?
I think within 2 years.
How about 6 months?
Yes, I believe that too.
But my
To
question,
actually get married 2 years, but
no,
to bring
to
up
actually
the idea
to actually get married 6 months. No, not 2 years, 6 months. See, but I gotta ask you, did you break off the relationship?
Yes.
Why? Am I hearing background in it? Are you watching YouTube?
Yeah,
Please turn off,
but it's paused.
man, please turn off the YouTube channel.
It is. It's off.
Okay, because I can hear background. Okay, so why'd you break it off?
The same reason, like the previous caller, I felt like he wasn't good enough.
Okay. He wasn't good enough. From a what? Income standpoint?
And lifestyle. I'm very spontaneous. He didn't like to travel. He didn't like to go out. Yeah, income as well. That wasn't really that much of a factor, but yeah.
And what would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? And you can't use 7.
And I can't use a what?
7.
Oh, a 6.5.
There's no 6.5. You're a 6.
Okay.
I mean, and how tall are you?
I'm willing to cam up. I don't look the best right now.
Go ahead. Because I'll tell you. All right. What I'm hearing from you. How do I want to say this? How much do you want to have a business, but you're not on the path to owning a business?
Right. My mind is not there right now.
Okay. Have you been trained to be a wife?
No, I have not.
Right. So then what's the disconnect here?
As far as
Well, you say that, you know, you would like to own if you got married, you would want to work, you would want to own your own business. But is marriage
right.
even a possibility for you?
Is it a possibility?
Is
Yes, I think
is it realistic for you? You had a 4-year relationship with a guy that you ended because you said that he really wasn't ambitious enough. Did he go to college?
he had an associate's degree. Yes.
And what is he doing?
Right now, he's a truck driver.
Okay. Truck drivers make pretty dadgum good money. So he's making more than you?
Right now, probably. Yeah. When we were in a relationship, he wasn't a truck driver.
Right.
He was a
So
security.
and how much are you? And you're a CNA or you're a registered nurse?
No.
What are you? Huh?
Registered nurse.
Registered nurse. So registered nurses, you don't have to disclose the exact amount, but are you making more than 50, less than 100?
In between that.
All right. And what do you think most truck drivers are? He's an over the road truck driver?
No, right now he's local. They're making about 80K.
Right.
If they're local.
Right. So he's making how much more than you?
Probably like 10K.
10K. So,
with no overtime.
Right. So you got rid of a guy. See, this is how happens often to young black women. You get rid of men early on. And he was how old? You were 21. How old was he when you started dating?
He's 2 years older than me, so he was 23.
So he was young too. So you make room for the. All right. So he had to. Men don't start earning enough to have stay-at-home wives until their mid-30s.
I understand that now. At that time, I did not.
But I would say this, that do you think that the average woman should be able to stay home?
No.
Okay.
But my question to you, the reason why I called in is, since being beautiful is not the only thing that's going to keep your husband, because like the initial statement I made before, there are men that have beautiful women that get tired of them. So what kind of things should us as women be doing?
Please do me your phone's moving around. What should you be doing other than being beautiful to keep your men? Right.
That was my question.
All right. Well, first of all, I would tell you that I don't know if you know how you sound. You sound very aggressive.
No, I do know that.
Okay, what are you doing about it?
I'm working on it.
Exactly. What are you doing about it, though?
I catch myself in the moment. I try to check it. I apologize when needed.
So you do damage, then you do repair.
I try to check it before it happens.
Okay.
I didn't think I was coming aggressive right now, but
no, ma'am. I'm doing my level best to not say what I really would normally say, because you came on the phone and you sounded like, "Hey, how you doing?" Da, da, da. I'm like, well, goddamn, can you give me some femininity? I mean, it's just like, brah. And that's just the way you talk.
Right.
The first thing you came out of your mouth, it was the word fuck. Where's that lady like?
You're right. I was just repeating what someone said. I shouldn't have said that.
You were being yourself, though.
No, I don't curse on a regular. People who know me, I don't use the word. I don't use that often.
Cool. But you're an educated woman.
If you want to say so, yeah.
You didn't just have to be a high school. You had more than high school. It means you have a college degree, yes or no?
Yes.
All right. That makes you an educated woman.
Okay.
And if you know that you have this aggression at this thing with you, and you're not paying some counselor and doing some work, you're not doing anything. If you have to run afoul of somebody, you've already made hard feelings and likely turned men off that normally would not be turned off by your tone, your tenor, and your mannerisms. That's why I said, what are you doing? So to answer your question, that somebody's getting tired of having sex with her too. That's an old cliche. Is that person in the group or not in the group?
The mix?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So I can't be responsible for that person. I don't know who he is, what character he is. And far too many women listen to the wrong guys, honestly. Is he married?
He is.
How long have you been married?
How long has he been married?
Uh-huh.
James, you've been married for 3 years? How long? 7 years.
Is his wife over there?
No, they are separated.
Oh. There we go. There we go. All right. Well, I would tell you this. Fathers should be involved in this process. I'm hearing all kind of red flags. You know, one, you had a 4-year relationship that you ended with a guy because he lacked ambition, I guess. Seems to be doing just fine for a guy who's like, what, 2 years older than you? He's making $80,000.
Yeah, I realize that now. Mm-hmm.
Right. I think you should be making 3 times your age. He sounds like he's doing just fine.
That's true.
How long ago was you talk to him?
He was actually here a few months ago.
So I'm
going to Atlanta.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out here. Ladies, a lot of you have already met your husband. You just blew it. That's the next show. A lot of you ladies already have met your husband. You just blew it. You had a guy that was with you 4 years and you ended that relationship. That was a mistake. Honestly, if he was able to put up with your demeanor, I mean, that's must mean he cared about you, had to love you. What do y'all ever talked? Okay, have you apologized to him?
Yes, we were still cool.
Okay.
We were still talking for the few years following.
But he's still talking to you. Does he still contact you?
Yes, he does.
So he still cares about you.
Yes.
Then why don't you get back with the man you should have married years ago and stop playing?
He has to want it too.
No, ma'am. It's on you to crawl across broken glass to get back to him.
Woo! Broken glass.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You fucked up. You had him. 21. 4 years. And you blew him off. Not because he was beating you, whipping you, drug addict, whatever, not cheating on you, whatever bullshit you called here about. He wasn't doing none of that. That ain't what you said. He was a good man. You just threw him out because he wasn't where you thought he should be, which is he was normal. So yes, you need to get on knee. See, I can't wait to do this show. I said many of you women have already met your husband. You just blew it. And when I say you need to crawl back on broken glass, that ego and that pride, sis, fucks so many black women up. You got too much ego and pride. That's where all this masculine aggression is coming from. No. And I don't want to get into why your friend is over there who's a separated dude. There's just I would suggest some femininity. Femininity's not there. I don't know what kind of issues you've had with men.
I've never had it.
Well, exactly. But see, I got other people in the room. What I would say is, one, you already met your husband and he's still communicating with you. You're fortunate. Don't blow it. And whatever you have to do to get to be the woman you envision yourself being, can you do it? Can you actually stop trying to check yourself after you've done something and get into some actually one-on-one coaching to become proactive? So other men can see, oh, this woman's actually doing something about the things she knows is in her path. I think that would be the better question. Thoughts?
Okay.
And as far as as your friend, have you guys been friends for like for a lifetime or something?
Yes, he's a family friend. He's just visiting ATL. They
Okay,
want to pay for a
cool.
hotel.
That's why I figured something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, keep me posted. Keep me posted on how
I will.
it
I'm
goes.
in the group.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah, guys, you don't just roast everybody. You just don't cook everybody. Everything ain't worth roasting and cooking, man. Some people just don't know. We gotta allow each other some grace and some mercy. Go ahead, Tamika.
Well, hi there. Your face.
All right. Sad. And these are your women. Sad. What's going on, man?
What's going on, bros?
What you got for me?
I mean, I just called in, just to say that I just don't think that a lot of the women, a lot of black women these days, I don't think they respect marriage as an institution, and I don't actually think a lot of them want to get married.
Okay. Are you married?
Statistically, I'm not married.
How old are you?
27.
27. Do you plan on getting married?
Someday.
Yeah, okay. It was kind of like someday. Do you want to get married or do you plan on it? Those are two different things.
I plan to, I guess. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, that don't sound too real to me, man. And that's cool.
No, I'm.
Are you? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you go to college?
Yes.
And are you actively employed?
Yes.
All right. What's the longest relationship you've had?
Year and a half, 2.
All right. And how long ago was that?
Let's see, about 7 months ago.
7 months ago. Okay. So a 27-year-old man, you had a year and a half relationship and asked you if you plan on getting married or anything like that. And it's kind of like, yeah, that's not a real definitive answer, man. I mean, do you want children?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And how are they supposed to get here without a marriage?
I mean, I just feel at where I'm at right now, I just don't feel I'm there yet.
Were you raised by your father?
Yes.
Was it your mother and father were married?
Yes.
How long they been married?
Like forever.
I don't know about forever. That's a long time.
Like they're still together.
I don't know how long. Don't give me some years.
Let me see. I don't know the exact time interval, but I would say,
dude, you're 27.
Probably
27. You're 27.
35 going on 40.
You're 27?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
So I'm a PhD student.
So you're in school?
Yes, but I work as well.
Okay, but you're not working full time.
I mean, I work, but I don't work full time.
Right. Does it? Okay. All right. Here's the reason why I'm asking. Mm-hmm. You're 27 and it sounds like I'm talking to a 17-year-old. You don't know how long your mother and father have been married? You're almost 30. You're almost 30. What?
I don't ask them those questions.
What the fuck are you talking about, grown damn man? Seriously?
I mean,
seriously?
So, okay, I mean, I said between 35 and 40. That was my rough
between estimate. 35 and 40. It's your mother, your father. You don't know the year in which they got married. If they're married, they should celebrate anniversaries.
Yeah, they have jubilees and all that, but
so whether women truly value marriage or not, I don't think that's likely your issue.
So what do you think it is?
I think you have a need to improve social skills. There's no way I feel like I'm talking to a 27-year-old PhD candidate. The answers you have given me have been wishy-washy at best.
I don't understand how I have been,
Exactly. Book a one-on-one private session. I don't want to do this to you in public, but you can have your views on women, but I don't think I can't imagine a woman who is feminine, an FBI woman, following a guy like you. I don't hear the confidence. I don't hear the assertiveness. Number one, you're not working as a PhD student, fine, but you don't even know some basic information about your mother and father. That's problematic. So either you're just immature and don't care, or there's a social misfire somewhere to where you just haven't prioritized this as relevant information. Either way, it doesn't work in the real world.
yeah,
But worrying about what women do or don't do, I started asking questions because you said I don't feel as though I'm ready for this, and men don't talk and we don't speak that way. It's not a feeling for men. Either you want to get married or you don't. You know where you are or you don't. Those feel words are feminine.
I can say that I know I will be getting married. That's not a question.
Well, I can say that I don't believe you. I don't think any woman in her right mind should be following a man who speaks like you. A man who's coming across this way. And that's not an insult. You can wish upon a star, but no. A PhD candidate, that sounds great to some people. You still got to be able to lead. And if you can't tell me relevant data about your mother and father, no. See, what I can't have coming in here is talking about women. Some of you noodle back, wishy-washy, indecisive boy men. Nope, not gonna have it. See, a lot of y'all want to come in and talk about what's wrong with women, and you're not ready. And you're just sitting back, oh yeah, roast them, slap them, yeah, do this, all that. But then I ask you some basic questions. Well, I think maybe I feel, I don't know, they've been married 35, 50 years. I mean, come on, get the fuck, whatever, man. Okay. See, I call it down the middle. You may not like it. Hello.
Hey Kevin, how are you?
I am well. What did I get wrong?
I actually was calling to tell you, you were super right. So, I talked to you like a little while ago and, I got in the gym. I'm like 140 now and I'm dating a lot more. And I was just like, just the conversations I've been having with someone I'm dating a little bit more seriously. I'm 25 and it's just like everything you're saying is completely true. I don't think that if you're average, it's you're able to get that type of lifestyle because I feel as though it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. And from the person who I'm dating, they're a little bit older than me, and they just kind of basically just hit on the head everything that you've been saying as far as just the kids, the family. And I just wanted to thank you because I really appreciate you for saying the hard things that I feel like a lot of women don't want to hear because nobody really wants to hear that they're average or, this and that, or you need to lose weight. But I really appreciate everything that you're doing. And I just want to tell you, I hope you keep it up and you're really helping a lot of people.
Appreciate
I'll
it.
send you like
Appreciate
flowers.
it, sis.
No
Thank you
problem.
very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Let me go ahead and look. That's why I try to redefine average. Being a 5 is like being a C student. You didn't get upset graduating with a C. You knew you weren't valedictorian. But at the end of the day, it's better to know where you are and then act accordingly than to just say, oh, it's not that big a deal. Because here's the thing. Whatever your GPA is, You could have thought you were smart, whatever. When you apply to Princeton, Harvard, those rejection letters are real. You apply to Penn State, real rejection letter. If you can't get into the schools you feel like you should get into, why? They're trying to hurt you, discriminate against you. You got to go where you got to go. Does that mean you cannot be successful in life? No, that just means you can't go to Princeton. So, here we go. You got your camera pointed to Tony. You got your camera pointed to the roof.
Hello?
Oh gosh. Let me go ahead and do this. I don't really know if I want to hear from. Why are you guys calling in? Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm well. What do you got for me? Where am I wrong?
You got your camera pointed to.
Okay, Tony, you're gonna need to turn off the YouTube channel in the background, and then, just be on Zoom. Hello?
Okay.
There we go.
Yes. Can you?
There you go. What? Go ahead.
Like the last lady, I agree with you. I'm divorced, but yeah, once I started having kids, I was like, I don't feel like working so much.
Okay, do me a favor.
Uh-huh.
Are you on a headset?
No,
What are you on? Bluetooth?
I'm just happy on my laptop.
Okay. There's some distortion in there. Do you have a headset? Or can you get close to the microphone? Let's see. Or is there something in front of the microphone? Go ahead.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, but go ahead. We'll try to get through it.
Okay. Well, I was just saying, yeah, once I had the kids, I wasn't interested in working as much, or I noticed that drive in the workforce that I had before kind of dwindled. But I think it's kind of natural for women.
How old are you?
35.
How many children do you have?
Twin boys. I have 2.
Twin boys. Are you said you're divorced?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You can't use 7.
I think I'm a solid 8.
A solid. That means you're pretty.
Yes.
All right.
Especially.
Huh?
I mean, even if you say no, go ahead.
Go ahead. Especially what?
I would say, well, even if you said cam up right now, I'm like, I'm not all whatever. But
that's okay. I would tell you whatever your pretty, hold on. Whatever your pretty ass is, you need a better mic. Your mic is garbage. It sounds like you talking through aluminum foil. But seriously, you're divorced now, and you got twin boys. How old are your boys?
4.
And are you actively dating?
Well, that's kind of hard with the coronavirus going on.
I mean, prior to Corona.
I wasn't dating so much. I just recently got divorced last year.
All right. And why did you guys divorce?
Pretty much just my husband. Pretty much my husband's just very disrespectful towards me, and lots of stuff going on. But pretty much I could have worked through anything, but the level of disrespect was just too much.
Okay. Was this disrespect in public or behind closed doors?
No, it's behind closed doors. Everybody loved him.
Okay.
So,
now, I'm not trying to pry, but when you say disrespect, what are some of the things you mean?
Well, cussing and fussing at me. He's punching holes in the wall, threatening me, all kinds of stuff. So,
were the police ever involved?
I've called the police numerous times on him.
Did you guys ever go to counseling?
He didn't want to go to counseling.
Okay. Are you okay? If what you're saying sounds like possible anger management issues. And the police were called. Was he ever arrested?
No, he was never arrested because he didn't actually hit me, and so
right.
That's pretty much what they say every time, and we own our home and stuff like that.
Okay,
like,
so but how many times would you say he actually did damage to the house?
Probably at least 8 different times.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And I have to ask because we live in a Me Too generation, a cancel culture. Disrespect can mean a lot of things. But just to be clear, he never physically hit you. He never did any. There was no physical damage, just verbal abuse. Not just, but there was verbal abuse.
Yes.
Did you ask him to go to counseling, or you just said he won't go?
Plenty of times.
Okay, you did. So yes, you asked him to go to counseling. And
yes.
He said, all right. And then when you filed for divorce?
Yes.
And then when you filed for divorce, did you say if you will go to counseling? Did he know that you will? What did he say when you filed? How about that?
Well, I didn't tell him I was filing for divorce. He just got the papers. So, of course, it was a big blow up. He came back to the house, tore up the place, broke the windows, broke the mirrors in the bath, a whole bunch of stuff.
All right, well, that sounds crazy. All right, sounds crazy. All right, that sounds crazy. I mean, all right, so he has anger management issues. And I know guys, I know of men who've done this. So if he didn't go, that is grounds for divorce. If he's not going to counseling, not going to get any help with his explosive anger issues, eventually it would progress to physical violence. That's where it goes. Have you gone to get any counseling yourself?
No, but I plan to.
Well, you need to. You need to. Living with an abuser, verbal abuse leaves longer scars than physical abuse, typically. And you're 35?
Yes.
With twin 4-year-old boys.
Yes.
You're not going to stay away from men for the rest of your life.
No, I'm not like that. Like I definitely value marriage.
Right. So in order to, okay, your microphone. Let me say this. Your microphone. So in order to have something healthy for your boys and for you, you need to sit down with somebody. First up, how long were you guys married?
6 years.
So going through a divorce is tantamount to going through a death. You need counseling. You need counseling for yourself, for your boys, for your future. That's what it really gets down to. Your boys in the future. Now, the likelihood of you actually finding a man to marry and you're not going to have to work is slim to none. Slim to none. Because are you in the north, east, south, or west?
I'm in the south. I'm in Dallas, Texas area.
So Dallas. Finding a man making $300,000 a year. I used to live in Dallas for almost 11 years. Finding a man that makes enough money to support a suburban family, a Plano, Frisco, McKinney, whatever, that man is going to have to be making around $300,000 a year for you. Well, about $275,000 for you, those 2 boys, because you're not going to send them with their father. And men who make that kind of money typically don't marry women with 2 children from another man, especially a man with those issues. Why would a up-and-coming corporate exec, somebody who's a VP of mergers and acquisitions, marry a woman with 2 sons and a crazy ex-husband? You see that? Huh?
I understand. I understand.
So my point is, if let's say all things being equal, let's say you are what you say you are as far as it looks. What dress size do you wear?
I say a 4. It might be a 2 now.
Okay, so
I've lost like 10 pounds.
You got some things working, but okay. like it or not, if you're an 8 in the face and you're a 2-4, yeah, you can still have men. You can actually still get remarried, but you're going to have to fix those issues. And Henry's high earners, you trying to land a man that's 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 10, you got to open it up. You got to open it up to guys who are blue collar guys, white collar guys. You know, you be in Dallas, somebody making $75,000 to $80,000, and you both working, because look, you got 2 boys. You're gonna have to do that. Or the alternative is you don't sound like you can get back with your husband. So I would rather be with somebody. I would think a woman would rather be with somebody and make some sort of marital deal than to just be alone. That's just me though. All right, I'm gonna let the next person in. Appreciate it. Get that mic fixed.
right,
Something's wrong with your computer. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
See, Shanice, how are you?
Kevin, why you charging 800?
A man called himself Shanice. Wow. Jesus H. Christ. Do you see these crazy ass dudes? We're all the mental health counselors for the Black community. Do. Hello? And there you go. Oh, boy. Well, I'm just saying, man. I mean, that person actually sat down for 20 minutes just to... You got like 5 seconds. You're never going to get through. Oh, you're the girl from Jamaica. Oh, all right. I'm let you in for the last time. This your last call. I'm let you in for the last time. This your last call. Hello, Jamaica. Yeah. You can't make this shit up. I know, right? Some mad dudes. Rah. Broke asses. Chantal. Oh yeah, that's that Naomi chick. All right, we're gonna put you back because you're not talking. And let's do this one. 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 Let's do this one.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, Kevin. Thank you for taking my call.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm well. What did I get wrong?
Actually, you didn't get anything wrong. I 100% agree with you. I think that people are just upset with the numbers, and the numbers are the numbers. So I absolutely agree with you. You know, most people are average, and most people live an average life. So I agree with you on that. I called because I heard you mention to one of the callers about them blowing it, and I think that I blew it. And so I'm calling to get your perspective to see what you thought. I'm from Alabama. I'm a Southern Belle.
I missed a part of what you said. You said I said what to a caller?
Oh, I heard that you told one of the women that she probably blew it.
Blew it with her ex. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. And so I think that I blew it. And I'm calling to get your perspective to see whether or not you think so too.
Go ahead.
So I'm 5'5". I'm from Alabama. I consider myself, I think that I'm an 8 in the face, but I do need to lose 2 dress sizes. I'm a size 12 right now, and I'm 29.
Were you married?
And no, I was not married, but
Okay, here's what I need
I
to
was
know.
in a,
What I do need to know is, do you have the YouTube channel on in the background? I hear background noise.
yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that needs to go away.
Okay. Okay, is it better now?
Let's see. It needs to just be on Zoom. So you weren't married.
Yes, I just have my Zoom app.
So you weren't married.
I was not married. I was in I'm a relationship girl. I was in a 2-year relationship.
Do you have any
with
children?
him. He was no children.
And why did you end the relationship?
He was 41 when we met. I tend to date older guys. And when we first met, he said that he would be open to having another kid. He has 2 boys already.
So he didn't want to have any more
and
children.
Just last year, he didn't want to have any more children.
Okay.
And so we both agreed to just not be together, but we're still in communication with each other, but just not in a relationship.
Okay. So you broke it off because you want children.
I want 1 child of my own.
Okay, and that's a if that's a deal breaker, it's a deal breaker. I mean, I can't really say anything about it. Look, if you want your own biological children, I cannot tell you that you blew something. But here's the thing. It's gonna sound crazy. Is it truly a deal breaker for you, or is it something you want?
Gosh,
and let me explain it to you. Let me explain to you. A deal breaker means you got to get out there and go be found by another man. That's what a deal breaker is. It means it doesn't matter if this isn't here, nothing else matters.
Right.
So let me ask you before you answer that question. Have you had your fertility checked?
I have not had my fertility checked.
Then you better go do that first. Because you would hate to make it. Let's just be logical. You would hate to say something's a deal breaker.
No, I get it. Yeah.
And then you can't.
Yeah.
Okay. But let's assume you did have your fertility checked and you are capable of carrying a child to term. Is not having children a deal breaker?
Honestly, I don't want to sound crazy. It's not. It's really not.
It's not crazy.
I told him, we had a conversation several times, and I told him, I'm willing to not have that if we're going to have, a good marriage.
Let me stop you here. Let me stop you here too. I'm hearing a lot of what you told him. Has he asked you to marry him?
No, this conversation was, he brought up marriage.
So let me stop. How long you guys been together?
We were together for 2 years.
And he's never asked you to marry him in 2 years?
No.
Get out of there. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay. First of all, all these kids and you talking about stuff that ain't even on the table yet. If he's not said, hey, Alabama, I sure would love to marry you. And in 2 years, he does know where K Jewelry is. He knows what Gord's Jewelry. He knows where to go. Then he knows, and he's 40 years old, and he got 2 kids.
He's 43 now.
I don't give a shit. He's too damn old to be doing this. 6 months.
Got you.
Deal breaker. Boom. Bye. Delete. Block on social media. Block on Twitter. Get rid of. You think I'm laughing? I'm not laughing.
No.
Get rid of all. Go nuclear. Get rid of all mutual friends. Move churches if you have to, but hell no. Get out of there. Okay. Get down to the chopper. Go. Bye. No. All right, now get up off my phone.
Okay. Well, I want to know, because I'm moving to Atlanta actually after my birthday.
No, you can't go out with me. But damn, what's up now?
No. I just want to know, I want to know what would be my best, what do you think my best option would be in, as far as dating, and what do I need to do, as soon as I
in Atlanta?
In
Atlanta, you need to go make sure you get a doctor here and get you a clean bill of get your STD test and walk around with that shit tattooed right here And anybody you talk to, they need to present papers. Papers, please. They need to show you their last checkup was with Dr. Ferguson, okay, on the 3rd. You don't mind HIPAA? Can I contact it? Can you make me an authorized person? Because I need to verify that you are in fact who you say you are, and this is clean. And after that's in place, we can go have a drink. Fuck you mean? It's Atlanta. Huh?
Do you think I have a chance at, because I own a branding and graphic design company.
I don't know what you look like. I don't know what you look like. I don't know any of that stuff. But in Atlanta.
Oh, is my profile?
No, but I need to go on to the next call. Oh. Here's what it is in Atlanta. This is the land of more black women than black men. But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. To date down here, there's a high STD rate and a very high download rate. You got to get out and become active around the kind of men in which you say you want to deal with. I got an entire group about this on Facebook.
I'm in the group, actually.
Well, then, get off my phone.
Thanks, Kevin.
Bye.
Bye.
41. Why y'all talking about all these men like they asking y'all to marry him and carrying on? I think y'all ladies think y'all got more options. Got more options than you do. Hello.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Oh, now you got the phone working. What's going on?
Hi. I'll just make my question quick because I know there are others waiting. My question is, what are your tips for college-age students that do want to get married, hopefully one day? What are some of the things we should be aware of from the masculine perspective?
Is this for you or just in general?
Yes.
How old are you?
Maybe just in general. I'm 23.
23. And when will you be out of college? Because this is important.
Yes, I'll be done next year.
Okay. Are you African American?
No, I'm not.
I'm
African.
Okay. Okay. But it does matter. Are your mother and father involved in helping you pick out a husband or a mate?
Yes, I come from a traditional African family, so they're very conservative and there's no dating, just courting.
Right. So, and your advice would be how to date?
No, not exactly. More so from the male perspective, what's your advice for young girls in terms of what we should be aware of from the male perspective in terms of
Well, I would say that first, again, I had a call. If your mother and father are traditional, you need to lean towards mother and father and run these kind of things through your dad. Because there's so many things to be aware of. I can't overcome them in one call. But here's some basic things. Do you want to really have to work to pay significant bills after you are pregnant?
Well, and maybe this will help if I put into context. In my culture, typically the man is seen the head of the household.
I know. But what I'm saying to you, I understand what the culture is. The point is the caliber you need. If you're trying to live a traditional life, then you're going to have a man who's a provider who can take care of a wife and multiple children. That's going to tend to be an older man, not a younger man, a man that's more established. That man is going to have to end up talking to your father and mother and sitting down and basically making a deal with them. That's what it's going to come down to. An arranged marital situation, a Western kind of way. That has far more chance of succeeding than this. You go out and to just pick an open market yourself. That's why I kind of stay away from things like that. When women have right. African parents and there's a traditional way of being, lean to your mother and father, young lady.
Absolutely. I know that you said it is very broad. If I could limit my question, what would you say because I know in your previous videos you talked about respect, loyalty, and just
I'm going to come down the same. I'm going to say the same way. It's too broad. It's too broad to handle in just a quick Q&A. Lean to what your father says and your mother says. They know you. They have the best intention for you. Okay. I'm not going to supersede what the people on the ground who have everything invested in you are going to say. I'm just not going to do that. Thank you. See, a lot of you young ladies from the African cultures, you got over here, you hear all this access. And then what mom and dad and the culture sounds very traditional, very restrictive. And you wanted to hear what other people who you put on the same potential level as your parents. And that's a mistake. Look, I'm a guy on YouTube. Your mom and dad got everything in you. You need to just back it down and follow what they're saying. Because at the end of the day, you get outside of their protection and go do what you want based upon what you think is important, and you're very young, very limited understanding, you're potentially opening yourself up to a world of problems. Stay under the protection. This is the very thing that so many black women are talking about. They don't feel protected. And I find it interesting that women that come from this kind of protection want it removed. It just kind of goes back to the premise that it's really difficult to make women happy. Let's try this one before we get up out of here. Hello. You in bed, girl? She in bed. Let me unmute you. Hello. I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. You got to unmute yourself. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
I can now. What's going on?
All right. Please don't share my video. All right. So
I won't.
I'm talking to this guy, and I'm like in my early 30s. He's like 48, and just want your advice. He used to like make a lot of money doing.
Get close to the microphone. Because
Okay.
he used to make a lot of money.
Doing pharmaceutical sales. Oh, please don't show because it shows my
I'm not.
business name. All right, cool. So he used to like make a lot of money doing pharmaceutical sales, and now like he owns his own business doing mortgage, and he's not making as much anymore. And I just wanted your thoughts on like a young 30. I'm 32, and he's like 48. I just wanted your thoughts on kind of talking to someone that's not really.
How long you guys quote unquote talking?
For like 2.
You're very low. You're very low. Let me see if I can adjust this. But anywho, has he asked is he trying to marry you? Are you trying to get married? I don't know what just happened there.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Plans, and he's like, yeah, I want the same thing. He's never been married before. And like I said, please, it shows my business name. Please don't. You've already asked me. I don't have no. Okay, so I just need to know a few things. Do you want to get married? I do.
And
but,
hold on. You're low, so I got to do this the way I need to do it. And you want to get married, and he's 48, and you're 32.
Yes.
Did he approach you in a marriage way? Has he said he wanted to marry you?
Well, we just started talking, but I told him my plans.
Okay, your plans, but my thing is his plans. That's what you want. How long you guys been talking?
Only 2 weeks.
Girl, please. First of all, let's just get to the chase. Women, you have no leverage here. You decide when sex happens. We decide when a relationship happens. Is this man in the market for a wife?
Right.
Is he?
He makes it appear as if he is.
No. You asked the question. Have you?
We had that discussion, and he said that he wants the same thing that I want. Like he could see himself getting married within the next couple of years and so forth.
No. Let me be clear. Does he say he could see himself getting married in a couple of years? Does he say he can see himself marrying a woman like you, or he says he can see marrying you? Those are 3 different things. And if you said he sees himself getting married in a couple of years, run,
Yeah.
run, run. That's just, I'm trying to get the skins. I'm 51. You're 32. There's only one reason he should be. Look, 2 years, 50-year-old men don't need 2 years to know whether or not they want to get married. From the day he meets you, it could be. You're too low, number one. That's what I'm telling you. You can believe what you want to. You can believe what you like, but I'm going to tell you that that's not really something that marriageable men do. Join the mix group. You'd have a better shot over there finding a man. Join my Facebook group. You're cute. You have a better shot over there. Look at that 48-year-old dude that's just trying to get to. I mean, if you want to have sex with him, have sex with him. But don't be trying to make a man for 2 weeks. I'm just saying. But let me help you out. She's too low. Join the group. See, a lot of you young ladies, man, I swear to God, you act like y'all got all this power over a man, and you want to tell him, he's look. Either a man is in the market to find a wife, and he goes looking for one, or he's just out here doing his thing. Those are two different men. A man is in the market looking for a wife, and he goes and finds her. Or he's just out here doing what he does, and if something happens, it happens. That something happens, it happens is very, very, very few and far in between. Let me show you what it means when a man is looking, when a man and woman are looking, when men are looking for wives. This is what it tends to look like. Inside of, I met you talk inside of 2 weeks, inside of 30 days, it's public. That's what it tends to look like. Okay? That's what it looks like. So accept it, move on. All right, I want to get back down to this. Oh, this is the Jamaica girl. Jamaica woman. Let me go ahead and holler at you with the lips. All right, lips, this your last call. Jazzera, name like a damn terrorist network. You're connecting your audio and can't hear me yet. You need to unmute yourself. What's going
Hello?
on? What's going on, lips?
Hi. I just had one question because I don't know if I was a bit confused. I saw your title earlier, wife or work. I know you changed it to hot enough to stay at home. So I just have one question before I go. Is it that you're saying that only women who look above average can stay home and not work when they have a husband?
Yes.
Why?
Did you not hear the numbers? 50 years ago in America, 1 out of 3 women with children under the age of 18 had to work full time. That was 50 years ago. Today, 72 out of 100 women with children under 18 have to work. Those are mothers. If you want to be a stay-at-home wife, you're going to have to marry a man that has enough means to where you, as a grown damn woman, never has to work again. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. That's why I told you get yourself to this country and get found as soon as possible, because you want to be a nurse or something like that. And if you mess around and blow 5 or 6 years here dating and all this other kind of stuff, you're going to have to work when you leave college. You got to pay rent, car note, utilities, all that other stuff. You got to get out here and be an adult like the rest of us. No man wants to take a woman who's already had to be out here and be an adult and then just absolve her from ever having to work. You need the additional money if you're an average guy. I mean, you want to have multiple children. Children are expensive. So the only way to not have to, you don't have to work, and there's enough money to live a comfortable middle class to lower upper class life, is the man has to be making $300 and some odd thousand adjusted for your cost of living. And the only way you get that is if you're pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous, not average. Is that average money? It's $350,000 a year average money.
No, it's not.
Then you gotta look. You gotta look the part. Why? And what I don't understand is why is that so hard for women, or troubling for women, or difficult for you guys to understand or accept?
I understand it, but another question I have is I hear all the time that men are polygamous by nature, but women also like to nurture and, lay back a little by nature. So I was wondering, why is it that women say they don't want to go back to the work field after they have their kids? Why isn't that seen and as natural as men wanting multiple women? Because I remember you saying that.
Oh, okay. Make this
strong men have strong
ma'am.
urges.
You asking like 55. Let's make the question simple. Men are polygamous by nature, and women don't. What's the question? If men want to have sex with multiple women, why can't women not want to work? Is that what you're asking?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, that's
What
what
I'm
it
saying
almost
is
sounded
if
like.
women, okay, sorry. If women don't want to go back to work after they have children, why is that not seen as natural?
It's not. It's not natural.
But based off of my memory, the silent generation didn't most of them
Oh
stay
no,
home
ma'am. Hold
Mm-hmm.
on, ma'am. Hold on. I'm gonna give you an anthropological test. Let's go back to the days of the hunter gatherers.
Okay.
The men had to hunt for the meat, right?
Yes.
What did the women do?
They stayed at home and tend to the children and ensure that everything was in place for when the husband
Oh,
came
they
back.
had to do more than that. They had to wash, cook, clean. They had to gather. They had to go out while the men were going to kill the meat. They were out in the fields picking stuff. They worked.
Okay.
They didn't just sit. They didn't just sit in the teepee or the cave or the wigwam or the hut. They were working. See, a lot of you women have this Disney fantasy. Where have women, the average woman, never worked? The feudal system. The feudal system. Why did people have so many children? Because infant mortality was so high. The kids had to go to work, ma'am. Let's go there. Remember, we have child labor laws, right? Why do we have those?
Because it's children aren't supposed to be working.
No.
They don't have the mental capacity.
But why would we need them if women were at home with all the children?
Okay, got it.
Yes. People have always had to work. The masses have always had to work. There has never been enough. The rich and wealthy. The middle class is a new invention of the last 100 years or so, 70 to 100 years. That didn't used to be a middle class. There was a upper class and a lower class. The lower class has always worked. Well, guess what? If you're average, you were in the lower class. If you were bourgeoisie, that's a French word for middle class. That means the top 20% of earners. That means in the service economy. The only way to get from the lower class to the middle class was usually through education. And if you're a woman, through marriage. A man from the upper class or the middle class marries a lower class girl. But typically, people from the upper class marry upper class, middle class marry middle class, and lower class marry lower class. You come from the islands. You come from your country is not a rich place.
Mm-hmm.
People there work.
Mm-hmm.
Why shouldn't you?
I don't have a problem working. I was just trying to, understand. Thanks
But
for clearing it
I
up.
understand. But see, what I'm trying to understand is why do women even question why or not they should have to work? That's what I'm trying to understand, ma'am, is when you come from an island like you do and you see women of all stripes working, why would it even cross your mind or a woman's mind that you would be the special snowflake that doesn't have to. That's the
Well, I
more.
don't think.
That's the. But whether it's you or not, though. But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
And but you've watched my show and you've heard all these women call in. It didn't
Yes,
matter
I
what
have.
they had, how old they were, how much they weighed, what they looked like. All of them didn't want to work.
Hmm.
So now that's your last call. Next time you have to book a session.
Yes.
All right. Bye
All
bye.
right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. See, I think there's a definite misunderstanding about, you know, what things are, who we are, how this all works. And more if you know, tomorrow's show is definitely going to be, I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of women who come over here troll these chat rooms or they'll get upset. A lot of women know they've already met their husband and they met him either in late in high school or in college and they blew him off. A lot of you ladies have already met your husband and you blew it. I've personally lived this myself. I've seen this dozens of times. I've been involved in countless conversations with people, with beautiful women, with successful men, but she felt that she could do better than him coming right out of college. And she's down in Houston, 40 plus years old, by herself with all her fineness. Do you ever wonder how you get so many late 30s, 40 something beautiful unmarried women and they're on my, and you just go back through my show. 42, been engaged twice. 40, been engaged once. 38, was involved in a 6-year relationship, and on, and on, and on, and on. Why are so many of these women who had men unmarried? Because at the end of the day, they blew it. Well, I'm tell you, for the women who, I don't want to get ahead of the show, that's going to be a hot show. And I'll tell you another thing. A lot of women in here, you know, Yazzie, you in here, I bet you if Yazzie ever had the balls to call the show, I can tell you, Yazzie talked like one of them women who definitely knows she had somebody in her past that she blew it. See, that's the only reason, that's the only way a lot of these women get angry, get that bitter edge. See, if you've never had it, there's this longing and then there's this hope phase. But when you've had it and blown it, or know you've had an opportunity, especially if you are a 7, if you're one of my eternal 7s. See, eternal 7s, oh, that's where I came up with that term. The women that I don't let you use for a specific reason, because I have something called the eternal 7. And eternal 7s, I can almost guarantee you speak to the average 40, late 30s, 40-year-old eternal 7, and you dig deep enough, ask the right questions, and you're going to find out that she had a suitable man in her past and she blew it. And now she can't get it back. She knows she had it and can't get it back. Can't get it back. Can't get it back. Can't get it back. Call you out every show. Yeah, because you're always in here causing problems. I mean, you're lucky I still let you come in here and talk. I mean, it ain't like you done paid something. You come in there just poking at folks all the time. So yeah, I'm gonna get something out of your presence. So here's the thing. It's only over when you quit. The real question is, are you ready for this one? Are you ready for this one? Many of you ladies already met your husband. You just blew it. The question has to become, do you really want to win? Or do you just want to look good losing? Do you really want to win? Or do you just want to look good losing? Look good losing. Anywho, we got to get up out of here. I appreciate you guys coming over. Shout out to the callers. Shout out to everybody who joined in. Shout out to the Blue Henrys, the Blake Henrys, the Hit Squad. Shout out to all the ladies who are like, oh, I better get back to my ex. Let me crawl over that broken glass. You know who you is. Oh, he told me to crawl in over broken glass. That's right. Invite me to the wedding. And you'd be like, that was the best thing I ever did was crawled over that broken glass. All I needed was some Neosporin and some gauze. He even helped me pick out some of the glass. Or you can stay upright and proud. Buy your Demi. Until the next time, peace. We are gone. White women, boy, I swear you. These white girls be all up on you.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to.
Join me on Patreon for videos you will only see there. Monday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Told y'all to stop doing that. Go to IG for videos you'll only see there. Frat room videos are frat room videos. And up, they're up, they're down, they're down. Best salesman in history, Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar is arguably probably one of the best salespeople ever. Email your show ideas to info@bykevinsandwich.com. If you want to advertise on my channel, on my platform, hit me up with your proposal. You got to pay, of course. If you want to book your session, your one-on-one, go to bykevinsandwich.com. Business only. Do not email me a comment wall telling me how great you are, asking anything other than business. You will get blocked. The song is mine. Stop asking the name of the song. If you type the name of the song in there, I will block it.
Nothing can stop me.
Yeah, no fat chicks. Hashtag no fat chicks, right. Having a good time, huh? Yazzie, why don't you bring your big head ass on the show? Yazzie knows she want to come over and get some of this sexual chocolate. That's why she keep coming back, Tom. You're like, ooh, I just love them guys over there. Ooh, I can't stand it. I love them so much. Guys, enjoy. We have a safe 4th of July. Start raising your kids. Charles, please don't block them, man. Don't block them. Don't block them. That's not a blockable offense. Let me block people, folks. Don't block moderators. Don't block anybody. I'll block. Peace. We are gone.